This is a message of congratulations and best wishes to students who've completed the requirements of Government 4 Honors in the calendar year 2008. Congratulations and best wishes. I know what's involved in fourth year honors, and you know now too. It's a lot, and it's quite an achievement to have completed all those requirements. Dwell on that for a minute. Take pride in it. Be modest about it, but nonetheless, take pride in it. It marks you among the top 5% of the graduates of the University of Sydney. Fourth year honors involves a lot, and maybe now is the time to review and reflect on that a little bit. It started in Government 1 3 or 4 years ago for most of you. You were one student out of 800 or 1,000 even enrollments in first year government. You were in a unit of study in a tiered lecture theater in most cases, Eastern Avenue with 500 other people, or Meriwether Lecture Room 1 with 250 or 300 other people, or another room with several hundred others. And starting from that seed, you made a commitment to government, and for our part, I hope we made a commitment to you, and both sides continued to develop that commitment. In the 3-year pass degree, you did 24 units of study. Count them. That's a minimum. Those of you in combined degrees or degrees of more than 3 years did more, and indeed some of you even in the 3-year degree probably did more than that as well. But at least 24 units of study. And each of those units of study you did at least 5,000 words for assessment. That's 120,000 words. In each of those 24 units of study, you had 3 hours of class contact. You did 921 hours of classes. And yes, I bet you went to every one of them, a 100% attendance record. And I'll bet you handed in every one of those assignments that add up to that 120,000 words on time and on target. Those are the characteristics of students who become successful fourth year honors students. You also did honors preparation units, IVth 2091, the first one for you. And when you sat in that class, or those that came after, at one time or another you probably thought to yourself, do I belong here? Is this the place for me? Can I do this? All those kinds of reflective thoughts. And I think we both know now the answer to those questions. That yes, you did belong there, and yes, you could do the work because you have done it. And in addition, you've done the work of fourth year honors. So take some pride in that fact. In IVth 2991, you learned a bit about approaches to research in political science and international relations. In honors preparation in third year, you learned a little bit about power, even though you discovered at the end of the day there's not a single way to conceptualize power. And of course you also learned a lot about yourself and about your colleagues along the way, as well as the subject matter. And in the second part of Government 3 honors preparation, you started to think seriously about questions of research design and began to discover how hard it is to conceptualize and to execute a piece of research in a manageable time frame. And in fourth year honors, well, what can I say about that you don't already know? Very intense in the seminar work in the first part of the year. You had fewer hours of class contact in the first part of the year than you've ever had before, and yet it probably seemed like more work than you'd ever done before, too. 4 hours a week of class contact, and yet there was never enough time to do the reading, and more importantly to do the thinking about the reading to a level that fills you with self-confidence. The pressure of time is always there. It's not unique to being a student. If you haven't already discovered that, you'll discover it soon enough, I'm sure. But of course, the most distinctive part of the experience of fourth year honors is not the seminar work, although that is distinctive and it's very important. The most distinctive part of the fourth year honors experience is that thesis, of course. Something that you've been thinking about formally and informally for quite a time. And here you discovered that those criticisms of the works of others whose studies you had read as a student, that those criticisms came easily to you when you were a student reading other people's work, and then you discover when it's time for you to do your own research just how difficult it is to do research that withstands the tests that other people can apply to it. But nonetheless, you did that, and you have completed those requirements, and that is a great thing. About 5% of the graduates of the University of Sydney emerge with an honors degree. You are among them. Students who complete the requirements of fourth-year honors have shown that they can solve problems. That is the simplest and most final way I have found to say that. They can solve problems on many different levels, having to do with the formalities of managing a university career and the requirements in meeting all of those deadlines for those assignments that add up to 120,000 words, and completing all those units of study. They can also solve problems of intellectual substance in the content of the assignments and work they do. And they can communicate that in writing, in oral presentations, in reports, and in other formats. And these are all great accomplishments. You all should take pride in having achieved those things. Of course, as to results, there will be some among you who are disappointed with the results that you have obtained. Not everybody gets a first. Not everybody gets a university medal. Not everybody gets a third. Not everybody gets a 2-2. Not everybody gets a 2-1. There is a distribution that reflects what has been achieved by the student. And you've all got potential and room for development beyond what you've achieved thus far. So take heart in that as well. But my message to those who are disappointed by the standard of the result is this. You have done something that 95% of our graduates have not done. You have completed an arduous set of requirements over the course of your degree, and you have completed the most intense learning experience that we offer to students in fourth-year honors. It's the most intense for you, and it's the most intense for us. And at the end of the day, when you attend your graduation, and I hope you do attend your graduation, and I hope you let me and others know when that one is, so that we can attend as well. And the Chancellor shakes your hand and hands over the testamer. When you get back to your seat and look at that testamer, it says Honors in Government. And that's what you should focus on. You have achieved a successful conclusion to an honors degree and met all the requirements of fourth-year honors. The department can be your friend for a long time, but you have to help us in that by staying in touch with us. So I hope you do that as well. And of course, here's where I put in a plug for my blog as one way for you, in part at least, to do that, to keep in touch with us. So to end where I began, congratulations and best wishes to all of you who have completed those requirements for fourth-year honors this year. It's a great thing you've done. It's a great achievement. Be proud of it with due modesty. And I hope to see you again soon. That's it.